So you're waiting on like the mainstream news to tell you something like this. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it the correct way. They're just going to keep lying to you. So I'm going to explain to you what it means when the FBI comes out and says people who talk about conspiracy theories are domestic terrorists. And you're going to hear from, well, them themselves. A quote: "The Bureau now classifies domestic terrorism threats into four main categories: racially motivated violent extremism." So when we have those people talking about race on either side, some mysterious person is going to come out and do something bad. And then guess what? The people who are talking about race are going to be labeled as, oh, your speech caused that to happen. I say your speech, what you're saying online. But this is the one I want y'all to really understand. Because this right here, it goes beyond this term. Or this puppet term. I'm talking about the president. Anti-government, anti-authority extremism. Now classified domestic terrorism threats. Which means anybody posting online saying that they're against Trump is now classified a domestic terrorist. Do you? No, that's not. Yeah, that's what that means. Trump is a part of the government. Is he not? Is he not the president? Or anybody? Wait a minute. You don't like what that congressman is doing, and you want to tell everybody that congressperson right there is doing some bad things? You don't agree with what they're doing and you post it on Twitter? Wait a minute. You might post it on your Instagram. Then you might post it on your Facebook too. Guess what? They're going to classify that as anti-government extremism. And they're going to classify you as a domestic terrorist. So you want to come out and you would like to just say, oh, well, America has a problem that a wall can't fix. Look at all these white people doing these things. Oh, that classifies as racially motivated domestic terrorism words or ideology that could then go into violent extremism. And then anti-government. Because you go on these people pages and all you see is Trump, 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 Trump. How much they don't like Trump. That's really bad. But wait, people on the right would love to say, well, yeah, let's classify Antifa as domestic terrorists. Well, it's possible that the next president might be a Democrat, or the next president after that might be Democrat. Well, guess what? I'm pretty sure you're going to be posting things about how you don't like the Democrat president. I'm sure you're posting things about how much you don't like AOC and any other Democrat. Well, guess what? You're classified domestic terrorism threat. I told you. Now, this is an even bigger story because I told you. This was told. It wasn't a prediction. I said, look, stop it. It's like last week when you had C.J. Pearson and all these people talking about, classify them as domestic terrorism. I didn't post a video, but I was like, man, that's that stupid crap. But I did make videos previously, a long time ago, saying we should not do that because this is what the FBI is going to do. And they did it. Wow. So what you have here, major story, biggest story out right now, period, should be on every Democrat. Every Democrat talking here should be talking about this. This should be brought up in the little debates. But is it? And you want to say, well, I don't see what you're talking about. Well, it's because you don't pay attention. Look here. Trump considering labeling Antifa a terrorist organization. Antifa, it doesn't matter. Okay, consideration is being given to declaring Antifa the gutless radical left whack jobs who go around hitting only non-violent people over the head with baseball bats. So If you're not familiar with this, what happens is the government has these rallies and they put people in place to do violent things on the left and the right. And then the talking heads that they put into place, for example, Gavin McInnes, that guy who was on Vice Media, who just magically all of a sudden is like a right-wing talking head or figure that people listen to. And they go out there, they do violence, they encourage violence. Gavin said that's the way. He said violence is the way. And sure enough, yeah, you're going to get labeling of the left, but then the left labels the right domestic terrorists too, so then everybody gets it. And this is why you see stuff like this. This is why they're able to get away with it, because technically you canceled each other out. So where the little violence comes from is the government's people, Antifa. And on the right, whatever trick joker that they use for that, for the time being. For example, Gavin McInnes, he worked for Vice Media. What does Vice Media do? They always fight to take away your freedom of speech. They don't want you to be able to post whatever you want to post on user-generated content websites. So again, anytime you see somebody saying, oh, this person is domestic terrorism, we must label this as domestic terrorism, you must call that joker out. Be like, man, hey, cut it out. You're being dumb. You're not being wise about this. There's an agenda to label everybody domestic terrorists so they can control everybody and control what they say. Now, if you disagree with the freaking president, if you post stuff against the president, they're going to label you domestic terrorists. How crazy is that? And people always want to talk about Nazis and all this. Well, look, it's going in this direction, Joker. This is really bad.